refused to feed my friend my leftovers, and I regret it to this day. I was 14, maybe 15, hanging out at the KFC down the street from my house with a couple of buddies after school. It was one of those random afternoons where nothing was going on, so we pooled our change for a bucket of chicken and fries, crammed into a sticky booth laughing about dumb stuff from class. I remember tearing into my pieces, the grease everywhere, and like always, I started stacking the bones back in the bag because I hated leaving a mess on the table. It was just a habit, you know? Mike was across from me, this skinny kid with messy hair who always seemed a little off, like he was trying too hard to fit in. We've been friends since middle school, but not super close, just the kind where you nod at each other in the halls. Anyway, he's watching me drop the last bone in, and out of nowhere he goes, "Dude, you haven't eaten all the chicken," all casual like it's no big deal. Before I can even respond, he reaches right over and shoves his hand into the bag, digging around like he's mining for gold. I froze for a second, then grabbed his wrist, harder than I meant to, probably, and yanked it out. What the hell, man? That's my food. You don't just grab someone's stuff without asking. That's rude as shit. My voice came out sharper than I wanted, all defensive, because I felt embarrassed or something. The other guy snickered a bit, but Mike just pulled his hand back, wiped it on his jeans, and stared at the table. He didn't say a word, didn't fight it. Just sat there picking at his fries until they got cold. We finished up awkward as hell, and he left early, biking off without saying bye. I didn't think much of it at the time. Kids do stupid crap, right? But years later, I'm in my 20s scrolling through some old group chat or whatever, and someone mentions Mike. Turns out his parents were full-on addicts, the kind that left him fending for himself most nights. No steady meals, no fridge full of anything decent. He was probably starving that day, legit going without for who knows how long. And there I was, hoarding a half-eaten chicken. Looked like it was mine by divine right. God, it hits me every time I think about it. I turned a hungry kid away over some bullshit etiquette rule, and he just took it without a peep. If you're out there, Mike, I'm sorry. Like, really sorry. Wish I'd seen it then, shared without a second thought. Wish I'd been a better friend instead of some prickly asshole. And get this, reading that story the other day floored me even more. I knew exactly who it was talking about, pieced it together from the details, and then I asked my mom about it casual like over coffee. Turns out she and dad had heard whispers about his home life back then, even talked to the school counselor once or twice. They knew he was struggling, knew things were bad enough that social services got involved eventually. But they never said a word to me, never pulled me aside and said, "Hey, Ethan's got it rough. Cut him some slack." Nothing. I get they probably didn't want to gossip or overstep, but damn, it stings. All this time carrying that guilt solo, and they could have lightened the load years ago. Still processing it, I guess. Life's weird like that.